Reason Mykelti Brown backpedaled on Robyn's funeral drama. Sister Wives star Mykelti Brown Padron alleged that there were problems at Garrison Brown's funeral thanks to Robyn Brown. This caused her to fall out with her father, Cody Brown, and Robyn. Mykelti made it seem very dramatic, and then, in the blink of an eye, she backpedaled on what happened. So, what is the real reason why she changed her story? Keep reading for further details. Reason Mykelti Brown backpedaled on Robyn's funeral drama. It was heartbreaking when Garrison Brown took his life in March 2024. The Brown family was devastated, but they all came together to honor his legacy, especially the kids. Unfortunately, Robyn Brown's 5 children were not in attendance. This was a strange turn of events given how she always claimed that they were excluded. Now, she was purposely excluding the kids from their brother's funeral, and it did not feel right. Mykelti Brown Padron had always been close to Robyn and Cody Brown, even when they were estranged from everyone else. Yet, something happened at the funeral on Robyn's behalf that caused strain between them and Mykelti. She briefly touched on it during her lives with her husband Tony Padron. Then they seemingly glossed over it as if there was no issue or tension. Some wondered if she had gotten a gag order, but it was unclear why Mykelti was letting something that bothered her just slide away. Now, it appears that the reason has been uncovered. It is similar to the gag order theory, just a little more in-depth. A Reddit thread was started to discuss how unhinged Cody Brown is, especially with his cameos. However, it soon turned to what the kids would likely be able to say when the series ends. That was when Mykelti came up, and it was questioned if she was under contract. Followers wondered if this contract forced her to backtrack on the funeral drama just in case it was a scenario that production wanted to use on the show. She has played a big part in season 19, so it's plausible. Will it end with Garrison? Fans have been frustrated that Garrison Brown was in many of the Sister Wives season 19 scenes but has been erased or cut out from them. Allegedly, this was at the request of the Brown family as it was too hard for them. The show began filming at the end of 2022, and the latest episode was filmed in October 2023. It is unclear where the season will stop, but they are always a year or more behind. He passed away in March 2024, so will it end with that? That is unknown, but if that is the case, it does make sense why Mykelti Brown Padron is not speaking further. It started with an Instagram live that no one expected to gain traction. Mykelti Brown, sipping chamomile tea with Avalon perched on her lap, casually addressed a fan's question about Robyn Brown's dramatic response to a distant relative's funeral. Mykelti's tone was light, almost dismissive. "I mean, Robyn can be theatrical sometimes," she chuckled. Within hours, the clip circulated like wildfire across social media platforms. Fan pages, Sister Wives subreddits, and even gossip sites latched onto Mykelti's words. Mykelti shades Robyn's funeral meltdown. One headline screamed. Another proclaimed, Cristin's daughter takes aim at Cody's favorite wife. Mykelti had underestimated the internet's ability to blow things out of proportion. She had thought her audience understood the nuances of the family dynamic. After all, wasn't it obvious that Robyn's penchant for dramatics wasn't news? But she'd forgotten one key detail. Robyn's unwavering position as the family's self-proclaimed victim. The follow-up began when Cody called. "Mykelti," he said, his voice tight with irritation, "do you have any idea what you've done?" She hadn't heard this tone from her father in years, not since her decision to move to Utah. She pictured him pacing the Flagstaff house, his hair flopping dramatically with every step. "What are you talking about, Dad?" she replied, feigning ignorance. "Robyn is beside herself," he snapped. "She's been crying all day. Do you know how hard it is for her to deal with everyone ganging up on her? And now you've added fuel to the fire." "Dad, come on," Mykelti said, trying to keep her cool. "I didn't say anything that wasn't true." "Truth doesn't matter," Cody fired back. "Perception does." The call ended with Cody demanding that Mykelti issue a public apology. She hung up, feeling the weight of the Brown family's tangled web of expectations pressing down on her. It wasn't just Cody's reaction that gave her pause. Within days, she received texts from Robyn herself. At first, they were long, winding messages filled with capitalized words and emojis that seemed oddly out of place for the tone. Robyn wrote about how misunderstood she felt, how deeply she cared for every member of the family, and how Mykelti's words had triggered memories of past betrayals. By the third message, Robyn shifted to guilt-tripping. "I've always defended you, Mykelti," one text read. Remember when I stayed up all night helping you with Avalon's baby shower plans? This feels like a slap in the face. Mykelti rolled her eyes. That all-night session Robyn referenced. It had been a 45-minute Zoom call where Robyn contributed one idea about cupcake toppers before going on a tangent about her own experiences with baby showers. But the text didn't stop there. Soon, Mykelti heard from other family members. "She's playing the victim card again," Gwenlyn said during a FaceTime call, rolling her eyes so hard it was a wonder they didn't get stuck. "Ignore it," Peyton chimed in during the same call. "This is classic Robyn. Let her wallow." Still, Mykelti couldn't shake the feeling that the situation was spiraling out of control. Cristin, her mother and strongest supporter, finally weighed in after Mykelti vented during a weekend visit. "Sweetheart," Cristin said gently, "I know you were just being honest, but sometimes honesty isn't worth the drama it creates. Robyn thrives on being the center of attention, and you gave her exactly what she wanted." "But it's so unfair," Mykelti protested. "She always gets away with this." Cristin placed a comforting hand on her daughter's arm. "I know, but think about what you want out of this. Is it worth the stress, or do you want to take the high road and move on?" Reluctantly, Mykelti nodded. She hated the idea of letting Robyn off the hook, but she hated the non-stop texts, calls, and family tension even more. So, she crafted a carefully worded Instagram post. Sitting at her kitchen table with Tony offering unhelpful suggestions in the background. "Say you were hacked," he joked. Mykelti tried to strike the right balance between apologizing and not completely caving to Robyn's narrative. Her final post read, "Hey everyone, I want to clarify some things about a comment I made recently. I never meant to disrespect anyone in my family, especially Robyn. Emotions run high in our family sometimes, and things can be misunderstood. I love and respect all my family members, and I'm sorry if my words caused any hurt." The backlash was immediate. Fans accused her of caving to pressure, of letting Robyn manipulate her. Others praised her for taking the high road. But the apology had its intended effect. Cody stopped calling, Robyn's texts dwindled, and the family group chat returned to its usual level of passive-aggressive holiday planning. In private, Mykelti knew she hadn't truly backtold. She still believed every word she'd said about Robyn's over-the-top funeral antics. But sometimes she realized it was easier to play the game than to fight a losing battle. Weeks later, as she scrolled through comments on a Sister Wives fan page, Mykelti couldn't help but chuckle at a meme someone had created. It featured a picture of Robyn crying with the caption, "Robyn when someone sneezes at a funeral. How could you disrespect the dead like this?" Mykelti didn't hit the like button, but she smiled to herself. Maybe the internet wasn't entirely on Robyn's side after all.